Bartholomew's Expedition to Hollow Earth. My name is Bill. Welcome to the Night Terrors Weekend Show, and we're starting right now. Welcome to Oh No, It's Taco and Eldergrown. Don't forget to catch the original Night Terror series on Rumble. All the classic shows in their original order. Yes, we have a Discord. You will find the link in the description below. This is our show schedule. Every week on YouTube and Twitch, Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, and every Wednesday is movie night, where we show a double feature only on Twitch. Speaking of the double feature, coming up Wednesday is The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, a pioneering horror movie, fever dream, nearly psychedelic, followed by Bell, Book, and Candle, in which the powers of darkness are turned into fodder for a schizophrenic rom-com. Don't miss it. By the way, after the setbacks of last year, I need to grow support for the show. Please consider joining as a member of my YouTube channel. And thank you. Verpine has arrived, as well as 2112 Renee. Welcome, Renee. Welcome, Verpine. Green Tea is here. Welcome, Green Tea. And Shazbot Shiznit says greetings. WJ says he keeps forgetting about Wednesday. But I know you're going to make it this Wednesday, right? Why can't... Where's my bar to go up on chat here? I have no more bar. That's not good. I better do... Oh, man. Oh, I just lost one of my chats. That's not good either. Okay, get the chat back first, Bill. Okay. Now worry about the bar. Oh, the bar's right there. Okay. Blowsy says live. Yes, we are live, sir. David Bryce says good evening. Taco says hello to all. Dinkum Aussie says welcome to everyone. Hit that bell, says Dinkum. Thank you, Dinkum. Thank you, Taco. Gotcha Man is here. Welcome, Gotcha Man. We just did the movie promo. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari and Bell, Book, and Candle. Crystal West says hi. Welcome, Crystal. All right, next up was Elder Girl with the super chat. Elder says, stay inside from the cold and snow. Hang out with Bill to stay in the know. Thank you, Elder. Much appreciated, sir. Cornhusker is here, welcoming us to the darkest hours of the night. Thank you, Cornhusker. I like that. Big Daddy says, hi, Bill. Hi, all. Tonight's topic. From monkeyandelf.com. Let's see if we have an author here. Not even at the end, I bet. Entitled Photos of the Underworld, and the photos will be coming up. Green Tea asks, was there a live stream after the Wednesday movie? I never got notification, but my watch streak reset to 1. Dang, I was loving that big number. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I've discontinued the always-on live streams on the Twitch. Turned out I was flooding the market. This is going to be a good one, says Cornhusker. Oh, my God. Thank you, Cornhusker. The mystery of Henry Francis Bartholomew's expedition to the center of the earth. In 1903, the only known scientific expedition to the interior of the earth took place. The man who financed and organized this unusual enterprise was a wealthy entrepreneur with a bizarrely big name, Sir Henry Francis Bartholomew Ignacio Stevens III. Sir Henry was a famous American billionaire and philanthropist who sponsored many different ventures by the early 20th century. He was delirious and dreamed all his life to visit the center of the earth. WJ asks, no more 24/7 marathons of your old videos. That's correct, WJ. It was losing me viewers on the other shows, so we'll still be back on special occasions with that. Halloween, sometimes Christmas, like that. Eldergrown with 3 planets. Dinkum says, thank you, Eldergrown. I thank you as well. Now, it says he was delirious, but I really want to find out what that means exactly. If there's other meanings for that word, because this is not a debunking article. So we'll just go to dictionary.com. Oh, wait, I'm not using dictionary.com anymore. They have ads that rip you out of the... well, maybe they discontinued them. I complained heartily. Let's try it. Delirious. Definitions. Affected with delirium. That tells us a lot. Wild with excitement and enthusiasm. Oh, it doesn't mean exactly what I thought it meant. I thought it meant like you're delirious in sickness. But no, it's just wild with excitement and enthusiasm. And that's all they list for definitions. Huh. I am reinformed. I didn't lose it, did I? I lost the main story. That's not good. I better pull it back. Let's just copy this. Move it to the front. And we'll paste it over that. And it's a new tab. That's not going to work. Try it again. Duplicate tab. Let's move this one to the front. Stay in the front. Thank you. Then go to the bookmarks. That's going to be under the show. Or maybe it was still there. It is still there. It just was at titled photos. It wasn't the photos I am going to present to you momentarily. According to Sir Henry, intelligent life is teeming inside our Earth. See, dictionary.com, you really upsets me. Armed with clues from science fiction writers, Sir Henry assembled a formidable expedition in 1903 that vanished into the Mammoth Cave region of Kentucky without a trace. It was there, according to participants of the fantastic adventure, that one of the passages to the center of our world exists. In 1973, cavers found an old photo album in the Mammoth Caves, which likely belonged to one of the members of the missing expedition of Sir Henry Francis Bartholomew. The controversial material immediately received the highest classification of secrecy. However, even today, these mysterious pictures have become public. Is our Earth really hollow? And is there a huge and wonderful world inside, where people, humanoids, fabulous creatures live, and everything is ruled by amazing technologies based on the laws of nature we have not yet discovered? There are more questions than answers. His team consisted of scientists, biologists, geologists, experienced trackers, and photographers. They chose the Mammoth Caves in Kentucky as the place of their entry into the Earth, and not casually. Mammoth Caves are the longest system of karst caves on our planet, where speleologists still open regularly new tunnels and underground passages. They followed to the center of the Earth on a special map, which was contained in the mystical novel Edadorpa, or The End of the Earth, by the U.S. writer John Uri Lloyd. Expedition members, at their own peril and risk, decided to check the veracity of the guiding marks from a science fiction novel. They did not fail. They still hit the center of the Earth, but unfortunately, no one else heard anything about them. The expedition of Sir Bartholomew disappeared without a trace in the endless cave systems of Kentucky. And only in 1973, when speleologists began to map the Mammoth Cave tunnels in detail, did the remains of several members of the mysterious expedition of 1903 discovered. One of the dead was apparently a photographer. His skeleton was accompanied by a battered photo album in which these unique photographs of incredible life, flora, and fauna were found under our Earth. He must have brought some developing chemicals with him. Or they made more than one trip. That would be the logical thing, you know. Make probative trips. For some time, these photos were kept in the U.S. National Archives, secretly. But more recently, they have become public. To this day, there are disputes about them. They clearly show flora, fauna. I always get those confused, flora and fauna. One's like plants and the other's animals, I think. I'm not really sure. What is fauna? Flora's got to be plants, right? What is fauna? Okay, you rotten dictionary. I'm using not Webster's. I can't remember the name of it. Merriam. I'm using Merriam Dictionary now, but I only set it up for the thesaurus so far. Fauna. Animals of a given region. Well, I guessed right. Verpine confirms flora equals plants, fauna equals animals. Thank you, Taco. Thank you, Verpine. WJ says, look up delirium to be sure. I missed that one. Let's find out. Delirium. Pathology. There's the sickness right there. Pathology. See these freaking ads. It was worse. They used to ship you to a whole other page through 2 other pages. This was a few days ago. Through 2 other pages. So in the middle of reading a list of words on their thesaurus, you were shipped off to some other site. You had to click 4 times to get back to the original site. I wrote them a really nasty email and changed immediately to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Gordon Husker says, I think we need to write dictionary.com an email. Thank you, Gordon Husker. The pathology is a more or less temporary disorder of the mental faculties, as in fevers, disturbances of consciousness, or intoxication, characterized by restlessness, hallucinations, etc. Alternately, delirium can be a state of excitement or emotion. So 2 definitions, really. Thank you, Dinkum. Humanoids, humanoid monsters and outlandish animals that live inside our planet. These pictures are really amazing. Let's take a look at some of them. I have, how many here? I have 5 of them. I selected out. First one you've seen. In some Hollow Earth literature, there is, how big does it get? Not too much bigger. There are narratives about how light is created. In some literature, the light's created because there's a huge inner sun in the Hollow Earth. In others, they use scientific means, which we have yet to duplicate, to create lighting. And I think these are the examples of the scientific means to create light, or maybe natural means in this case, because it does look variable. That is such a cool picture, says Taco. Taco reminds us that delirium tremens, the DTs, are the shakes due to withdrawal from alcohol. Kenga Kong, welcome. Kenga Kong says, you remember it like this. Flora is floral, flowers. Fauna is fawn, as a baby deer. Thank you, Kenga. Appreciated, ma'am. That's a good mnemonic. Here's a fairly interesting one. There's some animals down there. And these guys don't want to get close, but a couple guys did, it looks like. At least one guy did. Yeah, there looks at least two animals in some kind of detail here. Dinkum says the best way to get rid of delirium tremens is to put hair on a dog's back. Have another drink. You're pretty far gone if you're getting the DTs, my friend. You're pretty far gone. Gee. Oh, I shudder to think. Here's a little bit closer picture, I think, of one of the animals that was here. Maybe not. Maybe a different one. And now they're like right next to it, and they have like whips or sticks to keep it at bay, perhaps. It's almost skeletal looking or reptilian looking. They get real close here. Renee suggests that for light, they possibly used cold light from quartz. Never heard about that. Let me see if I can look that up real quick. Cold light from quartz. That's going to be a... Is that going to be right... here we go. This is where we can ask AI as well. What is cold light from quartz? Answer that first. Also known as triboluminescence, is a phenomenon where light is emitted from quartz crystals when they are subjected to mechanical stress, such as rubbing or crushing. This light is called cold because it's not produced by heat. The quartz crystals are rubbed together in a dark environment, and they can produce a yellow or orange glow. Interesting. Taco says you need a blowtorch more than a whip for one of those. Right? Thank you, Renee. Here's an interesting one. It's got to be they made more than one expedition because you can see writing here on the photograph, unless he developed his photographs there. Huge mushroom life of some kind. That's an interesting picture. And finally, maybe one of the closest animal pictures, this huge slug-looking object. Taco says that's one magic mushroom. Yeah. Lifetime supply. That must be some kind of slug because they don't appear scared. They're just like looking at it. We'll get out of the way eventually. It's just sliding up this tree branch. The curve of a cavern roof above their heads. By the way, we do need suggestions, people. We have 3 from last week. 1 from Taco, 1 from Rhinoceros Rex, 1 from Green Tea. First, we can close these out. And the time is 19 minutes after the hour. Eldergone says, moderator, 5-month subscriber, 3-month badge, Green Tea, 369. What are the Lacerta files? Are there aliens among us? Thank you, Elder. Got it. Taco says you should see from some of the frogs down at the old Coogee lead dump. Crikey. They're the granddaddy of all bullfrogs. Thank you, Rupine, for the topic. Trucker sightings of the road troll. Oh, was suggested by Green Tea. Thank you, Green Tea. So let's eliminate these. First up is Taco from last week. And that is resurrection or reincarnation beliefs. Ooh, resurrection sounds more interesting. Although it does sound more having to do with religion. Probably mostly to do with religion, right? How about reincarnation beliefs? Taco with a new suggestion. Thank you, Taco. The Death Ray of Jenny Kellett. Western Australia, still unsolved. Thank you, Taco. Reincarnation beliefs. Should have done that with an AI. That is here. Reincarnation is a belief found in various religions and philosophical traditions. So maybe, what do they call philosophy all the time? Not Kung Fu. The other guy. Rather than a religion. I forget the name of it. Anyway, Hinduism. Reincarnation, known as samsara, is a central tenet. It involves the soul being reborn into a new life, based on the karma accumulated from the past. The ultimate goal is to achieve moksha, or liberation from the cycle of rebirth. Buddhism is similar to Hinduism, teaching reincarnation as part of the cycle of samsara. The belief is that one's actions in life determine the form of their next life. The goal here is to attain nirvana, a state of enlightenment that ends the cycle of rebirth. Also, I heard the literal translation of nirvana is nothingness. Is that true? Buddhism, freedom from endless reincarnation without suffering. Salvation through the union of Atman with Brahma, moksha. A place or state characterized by freedom from or oblivion to a place or state characterized by freedom from or oblivion to pain, worry, and the external world. That it? I heard it meant nothingness. Ask AI. Does nirvana translate literally as nothingness? Nirvana does not translate literally as nothingness. It is a common misunderstanding to equate nirvana with nothingness. In Buddhism, it is a state of ultimate happiness and enlightenment, a state of imperturbable stillness of mind. I was imperturbed, and is often referred to as a highly conscious, awakened state that is safe and blissful. The state is not a negation of consciousness or existence, but rather a transcendence of worldly ego. That I believe. Joseph Winnie says, hey, welcome, Joseph. We lost something. What did we lose? Oh, we are reincarnation beliefs. That's right. That's the AI overview. We wanted to go here for that. Jainism. Confucianism is the one I was trying to think of. Confucianism is supposed to be a philosophy rather than a religion. But evidently, there may be a belief about reincarnation in Confucianism. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's find out. Does Confucianism include a belief in reincarnation? Does not. Thank you, brave AI. What about Jainism? And why is this way over to that side now? Can I go this way? Yes. This religion also teaches reincarnation, where the soul is reborn, and based on karma. The ultimate aim is to achieve liberation from the cycle of rebirth. Sikhism. Reincarnation is a core belief, with the ultimate goal of merging with God and escaping the cycle of rebirth. Well, they added merging with God. You gotta love that. Judaism. While mainstream Judaism does not officially endorse reincarnation, some mystical and Kabbalistic traditions, such as the belief in Gilgul, do incorporate it. Kabbalistic traditions. This belief suggests that souls can be reborn into new bodies to complete unfinished spiritual tasks. Christianity and Islam, grouped together for purposes of reincarnation. These Abrahamic religions generally do not support reincarnation. Instead, they believe in resurrection, where the soul and body are reunited after death, leading to eternal life in heaven or hell. Yeah, so it's only our religion that adds hell. The other ones that have reincarnation, I guess life on earth is the hell. So which is better? Hell all the way up until heaven, or I don't know. Zoroastrianism does not believe in reincarnation or karma. Instead, it teaches that the soul is judged after death and goes to heaven or hell. Druze, welcome, Two Feathers. Two Feathers says, just say no. I don't know why, but I think I'll take her advice. Druze and Alawites. There are minority religious groups that believe in reincarnation. The Druze believe in instantaneous reincarnation into the body of another Druze of the same gender, while the Alawites also hold beliefs in reincarnation rooted in Islamic traditions. These beliefs highlight the diversity of reincarnation concepts across different religious and philosophical traditions. The time is 29 minutes after the hour. Next up is from Rhinoceros Rex. And that is The Rina Yasutake story. It's interesting. Let's take it from the BBC, or do they have it from... Let's take it from the Yorkshire Post. Or Sky News looks good, too. Unusual and sad story. Yeah, let's hear it from the Guardian. At theguardian.com, a story by Mark Brown, North of England correspondent. Inquest here is isolated Japanese family kept sister's body at Yorkshire home. Coroner gives open verdict after cause of 49-year-old's death. Undetermined. Following discovery of partially mummified body. And Mr. Brown begins. A Japanese woman living in an isolated insular life with her brother, sister, and mother in North Yorkshire lay dead for weeks while her family bought surgical spirit, convinced she was still alive. An inquest on Friday heard that the partially mummified body of 49-year-old Rina Yasutake was found on a mattress in her home in Helmsley on the 25th of September, 2018. The discovery came after a pharmacist alerted police to the fact that two people, Yasutake's brother and sister, were regularly buying large amounts of surgical spirit. What is surgical spirit? Methylated spirit containing small amounts of oil of wintergreen and castor oil, used medically for sterilizing. Oh, so it's that brown stuff, right? Let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's got it. Well, look, some is clear. I mean, maybe I'm thinking of something else that's the brown stuff. What color is surgical spirit? What color is no AI for that? Well, then Google will have an AI. Oh, no, there it is. But it doesn't do it. Some questions AI will not answer on Brave. Let's see if it will answer on Google. We'll duplicate tab. Go to home. Not good. Go to Google. Usually colorless, but it can be colored as desired. Some are blue. So colorless are usually blue. John Heath, the senior coroner of North Yorkshire, gave an open verdict into the death of Yasutake after hearing evidence that there was no toxicological or third-party cause. A judge in 2021 ruled that the sister, Yoshika Yasutake, now 51, brother Takahiro Yasutake, 56, and the mother, Michiko Yasutake, 80, would not face a trial for preventing the lawful and decent burial of a dead body without lawful excuse. It was decided prosecution was not in the public interest. Sean Morris, a recorder of York, said at the time, "These three defendants suffer from an extremely rare mental affliction, which has created a unique situation for the criminal courts." They didn't know that The girl was dead, I guess. At Friday's inquest in North Allerton, further fragments of information were provided about Rina Yasutake and her life. As a young woman, she attended Cambridge University, and studied classics, specializing in linguistics. She lived in Cambridge for around a decade with her family. She did not work full-time, but was evidently a talented artist, who on occasion sold her work. The family moved to Helmsley, where they lived for 2 decades before they were not part of the community. Detective Inspector Nicola Holden said the Yasutakes were an isolated, insular family who lived with no modern communication, such as TV or radio. They were very much a unit, she told the inquest. Holden said there was a significant language barrier, even with the help of an interpreter, as they had a certain dialect. The Japanese they spoke was fairly unique. In testimony given to a psychiatrist and read out in court, Yasutake's brother and sister described how from April 2018, Yasutake stopped eating and often did not drink. She became weaker and did not want to leave her bed. Neither sibling knew why this was happening, and they encouraged her to eat. But they also decided she was on her own path and did not want to change her ways. Elder has a comment. If I can grab the bar here. Oh, I have to click on it first. That's the deal. Okay. Elder says, surgical spirit, U.S. uncountable noun. Surgical spirit is a liquid which is used to clean wounds or surgical instruments. It consists mainly of alcohol. Thank you, Elder. Elder suggests they were Japanese hillbillies. I'm taken back to the Beverly Hillbillies. But instead of discovering oil, they wanted to look after their sister themselves and feared something could happen to her if they took her to a hospital. Yoshika Yasutake said her sister was being nourished with spiritual food and was being fulfilled. In the days before the body was discovered, the siblings were buying surgical spirit, 2 bottles at a time, which they indicated to the pharmacist was for their sister. Staff reported that they could smell the corruption of a dead body. The pharmacist alerted the authorities, and an ambulance and police went to the house. Evidence from an ambulance worker said it was obvious Yasutake was unalive. Detective Inspector Holden was asked by the barrister Craig Hassel KC, representing the family, whether they were utterly convinced Yasutake was still alive. Holden said they were, and remained convinced of this for many months after the police became involved. The court heard that Yasutake was seen by her general practitioner 5 years earlier after an aggressive episode and was given counseling and community mental health treatment. But after that, she was not seen. The siblings said Rina was gifted and was privately educated at Queen Mary's School near Thirsk in North Yorkshire. They had moved to Britain after the mother married a British man. No expert has been able to suggest a cause of death. That's the real thing, isn't it? No one knows why she died. Hence the coroner's open verdict. The coroner said, I am unable from the evidence available to determine how she died. You'd think they'd have a specialist clinic. They could send that, they could send that cadaver to. I guess that's what you do. Couldn't they get a second opinion? The time is 40 minutes after the hour. Next up, from Green Tea from last week. Conspiracy theories about the worldwide fog. I never heard about the worldwide fog. Cool. Thank you, Green Tea. Let's... Fog. Why is the whole world foggy at once? Let's start with Reddit at No Stupid Questions subreddit. Watergirl626 says, okay, maybe not the whole world, but a quick search of the word fog filtered to today shows that from Southern California to New England, Mid-Atlantic, Midwest, the UK, and other parts of Europe, they're all talking about dense fog. I get the mechanics of why fog happens. But why is it so widespread all at once? And seemingly to become more common here in Minnesota, which I assume is due to warmer winters. I am born and raised a northern girl. Fog has not traditionally been associated with winter. Winter is for cold and snow. Guessing the same goes for those in New England who said they were also wondering. So when I ask, I am coming from a place of not knowing fog. In winter and warmer states. LG, is it due to warming of our winters? Is part of why I was asking. Second edit. I know others were curious. Google tells me it isn't just about being a warm winter, but also due to lack of wind. There appears to be only 2 active systems over the U.S., and outside of those, wind maps show 5-mile-per-hour winds everywhere else in the U.S. The wind isn't there to break the fog up. Edit 3. NWS Twin Cities. Not sure what that is. Where that is. Just posted that we haven't had this long a run of continuous fog in over 25 years. And it's only happened 4 other times since 1945. How many more edits do we have here? 4, 5. I don't have TikTok, but I didn't know there were conspiracy theories going around. I don't think it's making people sick unless poor air quality is affecting asthma. Well, it would be bad for poor air quality because if the fog's not moving, neither is the smog. Big thanks to another person who posted an article explaining a similar widespread fog in January. The cause, advection fog, caused by warm, moist air from the Gulf being pumped across snowpack. So where are the comments? From Muzzled Screaming, a top 1% commenter. I think there's a warm front over a lot of North America causing this weather. We had dense fog, thunderstorms, and some tornadoes near me in the southeast, and my family back up in the northeast also had an unseasonably warm 60-degree day with fog and thunderstorms at the same time. That's a bit unusual on both accounts. Not so much the temp, but we have a pretty dry couple of years, so to get heavy rain at all was a bit out of the ordinary. Taco says, these TikTokers are so stupid. Joseph Winnie says, hit the like button, folks. Thank you, Joseph. You're a good supporter, Joe. Elder reminds us they had very late tornadoes in the south. WJ says fog is not supposed to burn people's skin and lungs, Bill. Hellshot, of course, and this is just like Reddit. In Reddit, one person craps up on the next. Constantly. Reddit's like a cesspool, by the way. So Hellshot 8 says, you just listed a lot of places that are regularly foggy. Not crazy that it overlaps. Crazy Plastic replies, it is irregularly foggy where I live in New England. Again, a disagreeer. Tylet09 says, I'm guessing it's confirmation bias. Everyone is posting images of fog because of the meme. And people in foggy places are noticing those posts and realizing it's been foggy wherever they are located too. Kengakong says, go see the channel JWTV. He shows proof of what's in the fog. Sounds like good advice, Kengakong. Thank you. Hirambot, welcome. Hirambot says some say it was a geoengineering event. A definite possibility. WJ prefers 4chan over Reddit. When I first started out on YouTube with the first show, I did my advertising on 4chan. They were quite cheap. And it's not easy to find a cheap place to advertise on the internet. Then they eliminated their self-serve advertising program. Over the time range of 5 years, this is big. Andy is big. It seems like the number of fog searches always peaks at the end of every year. SSDGM is taken, says, I have no idea, but just here to confirm you're not crazy. I live in Wisconsin and I'm visiting family in Minnesota. It's been oddly foggy for like a week straight in both states. Rupin says, I think John Carpenter had something to say about the fog. Have you noticed that it also feels different than typical fog, like less moist? That sounds crazy, but it's hard to explain. Josephine says, Willamette Valley, Oregon. It's called morning. Silly human. Thank you, Joe. The time is 48 minutes after the hour. Next up is from Verpine. Green tea, we will get you a new one. I'm just putting a little space in there. Where is that search engine I love so well? I lost it somehow. No, we have another one? I prefer not to use Google. Go home. Everpine would like to know about the trucker sightings of the road troll. Thank you, Verpine. Mysterious Universe will not let us in. Right here. They now have a firewall. Ooh, the Kana blog? The Connell blog. The Conspiracy Legend blog. Road Trolls. Let's try it out. We've never been there. We have never been there. Server not found. Well, guess what? We use the archive. We use the Wayback Machine archive. Let's find it. The Internet Archive, it's called. Paste that URL. It was only existing, it looks like, in 2020. Boy, they didn't pay for much of a domain name package there, did they? And there's only one. It looks like one, perhaps. Yep, just one snapshot was taken. Let's see what it is. We might get lucky. Green Tea wants to know who runs the Internet Archive. Let's find out. So I'll duplicate this. Then I'll go here. And we'll go back one. Internet Archive about. It's a 501c nonprofit. They're building a digital library of internet sites and other cultural artifacts in digital form. They provide free access to researchers, historians, scholars, people with print disabilities, and the general public. Their mission is to provide universal access to all knowledge. They began in '96 by archiving the internet itself, a medium that was just beginning to grow in use. Like newspapers, the content published on the web was ephemeral, but unlike newspapers, no one was saving it. Today, they have 28 plus years of web history accessible through the Wayback Machine, which is what we use here on Night Terrors. What time is it? Oh, it's time for the movie promo. I got a little extra to say about the movies. Just a little bit. Come up Wednesday, only on Twitch. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. The writer got the idea when he was at a carnival one day. He saw a strange man lurking in the shadows. The next day he heard that a woman was brutally murdered there. He went to the funeral and saw the same man lurking. He had no proof that the strange man was the killer, but that was the inspiration for him to write the script for the film. As for Bell Book and Candle, one reviewer writes, "The special treat in this film is its presentation of a complete underground society of witches in modern-day New York City." Back to Road Trolls. What is a road troll? We have an author here. By Conspirator. Dated 2020. No comments, unfortunately. They weren't up very long. We can no longer post a comment, but the whole story is here. To start off, what exactly is a troll? Writes Conspirator. To start off, a troll is a creature birthed in tales from Norse mythology, and Scandinavian folklore. Their characteristics vary based on different accounts, but they do share some distinct features. Trolls are said to be giant, monstrous beings who sometimes have the power of magic. Some sources claim that their appearances are very ugly and grotesque, usually with warts and green skin tone, while others say they look and behave exactly like human beings, with no particularly grotesque characteristics. All trolls are said to usually be hostile to humans, and also connected to landmarks which they haunt, unaliving trespassers and other people at night. Their haunting of landmarks and leaving at night is also backed by claims that if they are exposed to sunlight, they burst or they turn into stone. Over the years, the depiction of trolls has changed drastically. And in more recent tales, trolls are often human-sized or tiny beings, similar to dwarves and elves, or dwarfs and elves. In children's tale and stories, trolls are usually said to live under bridges, menacing travelers and making them perform tasks and riddles, while riddling them with tricks. Nowadays, trolls have become very popular in movies and books, becoming one of the more staple fictional creatures to act as a villain for a hero or a monster to haunt a bridge. This mystery is about a type of troll which may actually exist in real life, making them less fiction and more fact. Road trolls are said to haunt secluded roads and highways, shrouded in darkness of night, and the whole mystery surrounding them is a deeply weird one, which would probably be given no thought if it wasn't for the various reports and sightings of the creature. There are a variety of far-out reports giving similar details of a strange, hairy, troll-like creature that is said to patrol highways and roads, mostly targeting long-haul truckers who are alone on the roads at night, along darkened highways, in the Midwest portion of the U.S. These trolls are usually described as a massive humanoid figure covered in hair, which is often hidden by stained, tattered clothing. And strangely, most reports also claim them having some sort of wooden peg in place of a leg. They are often mistaken for a human due to their similarity in shape and the lack of light, until drivers near the creature and notice the distinct features. While there are quite a few sightings and accounts of this monster, the first proper sighting I could find, writes the conspirator, was from 1981 by a truck driver named Gary Durbin from Illinois. According to Durbin, he was traveling through a secluded stretch of road between the Tyson Mountain and Arkansas, just east of a large national forest, and was on his way to Chicago with a cargo of live chickens. Rhinoceros Rex says, "Excuse me, I'm watching carefully while driving." Be careful, Rhino. So I don't have very long to say it. And ask if I recommend the Tallman haunting story. Okay, I got it, Rhino. No more texting, buddy, please. We got it. Thank you, Rhino. He was traveling through a secluded stretch of road between the Tyson Mountain and Arkansas. Oh, the chickens, yeah. He said the drive was quite perilous, with many sharp turns and dark unlit roads, and at a point he noticed a strange-looking man who seemed to be homeless and had a peg for a leg, while the rest of his body was covered in hair. Standing at the corner of a sharp turn, Durbin passed him, shrugging it off, as a homeless mountain man who must have been mentally ill to have been standing at such a sharp turn, and continued on his journey, forgetting about what he saw. But little did he know he would have another encounter with the creature shortly after. Durbin was continuing on his journey and made it to a truck stop a little further down the road and stopped for a cup of coffee, after which he hit the road again. Traveling across into Missouri and reaching a rest stop, where he stopped for a short break. A while later, he was leaving the rest area, and Durbin says that he saw the strange hair-covered man with his peg leg just standing at the side of the road, intently staring at him. This shocked Durbin greatly, and he was most of all confused as to how the man got so far in front of him, seeming to have no vehicle and being on foot. The man then went into the forest, and Durbin left, but over the next few years, he saw the creature 5 more times. And does not know why or how, but has been able to make out some features of the creature better. He claims that the troll stands at a bit taller than 6'0", with a peg below his right knee, which looks to be made of wood. He also says that it has a lot of hair that is light brown and covers his entire face and body. And it wears ragged clothes and carries a little purse-type pouch over its waist. After Durbin, the next good sighting was in the year 2000, when 2 people claimed to have seen the creature. The first sighting was in March by a trucker named Brad Royalty. He claimed to have seen a hair-covered man with a wooden peg leg standing alongside a highway rest stop in Oklahoma. Brad claimed that he initially thought it was a deranged man, but continued on staring, freaking him out, because he ran away. Later in the year, a married couple who worked together as truck drivers saw a similar-looking creature in Boonville, Missouri, but there isn't much information online about this specific sighting. The next and most recent real sighting is from June of 2003 by a pastor named Jim Washington, who was driving along a highway to reach a church service in Tennessee. He was just outside of a small town when he saw the hairy creature limping along the side of the highway. Limping because he was hurt or limping because of the peg leg? The pastor first crossed the creature. He didn't cross himself because he wasn't Catholic. But later thought that he may be an injured man limping to the nearby town, and turned around with the thought of helping. Within a few minutes, he had returned to where he saw the limping man, but he was nowhere to be seen, even after waiting for quite some time. Washington said that the man looked very strange and grotesque, looking with an obvious disfigurement of that leg. And because he turned around to help him, but he somehow disappeared within the 2 to 3 minutes it took him to turn around. According to author Jerry D. Coleman, who has written about road troll extensively in his books, titled Strange Highways and the follow-up, More Strange Highways. Next is Even More Strange Highways. There have been a total of 11 such sightings of the hairy road troll between 1981 and 2003. The report's location varies across all parts of the United States, but is mostly seen around Illinois. And what is special in this case is that all the sightings are very similar in the description of the creature with the hair, tattered clothes, and peg leg. The people who have made these claims are also usually normal truckers, and people commuting on highways instead of the usual conspiracy theorists and mystery hunters, increasing the legitimacy of these claims. While this is a very strange mystery with many sightings, I personally think it's not actually a set of mystical creatures who live alongside highways, writes Conspirator. The possibility of a species of creatures lying in places so close to human traffic just seems too unlikely for me to believe. But that leaves two possibilities to this mystery. The first being that there's an actual hitchhiker with a peg leg in several states, and that other people have mistaken normal people for trolls due to darkness and road conditions. Except for all the detail. The problem with there being an actual peg-legged hairy man is the number of sightings and the strange distance between them. An actual man would not be able to cover so much distance at such speed. And also, why would a person walk alongside highways for 22 years? Due to this, I think the initial 1 or 2 sightings may have been of such a drifter, and then the rest have been normal people that have been mistaken for the road troll. I don't think so. But then again, this is just my opinion, and who knows what creatures are out in the world's darkness. Thanks for taking the time to read my post. I wonder who read this. I wonder what the Conspiracy Legend blog. I wonder if they have a snapshot of the website's main page. Collecting empties, suggests Gotcha Man. Yeah, they ought to increase the deposit on empties. It's been 5 cents for 50 years. Come on, guys. Put a little money in your coffers. Ooh, look at that. The Japanese legend, Akamanto. The missing ship, Namse Bangzad. The ominous black-eyed children. And then the Japanese troll Oni. The Black Knight satellite. Cool stuff. It is 8 minutes after the hour. Next up. And that's the search engine I want to use. A suggestion from Taco, a new one. One Michael Hood is here. Welcome, One Michael Hood 745. I wear my sunglasses. I can't sing the song. I wear my sunglasses at night. I think you found your next cache of streams, Bill. Right. Thank you, Dinkum. Ooh, another topic from Verpine. Thank you, Verpine. See, look at Verpine's, what Verpine does to the comment to make me look at it. I get too involved with the written word. So now from Taco. All right, did I just do Taco? Yes, I just did Taco, looks like. Next is Green Tea, the new one from Green Tea. Boy, there's a lot of text up there. And Green Tea suggests the Lacerta files are aliens among us. There's even a Lacerta files wiki. Thank you, Elder. Dikamasi with a A shot of Maxie the cat I've never seen before. One Michael Hood has a suggestion. Blue beam psyops. 2 suggestions. I'll get both those, Michael. Thank you. King of the Earth is here. Thank you, King of the Earth. Oh, that's say Hollow Earth. If you rewind you rewind the show, King of the Earth, we lead with Hollow Earth. The rest is viewer suggestion. So I got one already from you, which is the Blue Beam Psyops. So that's coming up. And I see another one from King of the Earth. Or was that from one Michael Hood? No, that was from one Michael Hood. And there's one from King of the Earth. Okay, got him. Thank you, guys. Got to put them in order here. One Michael Hood says, Agartha! The Lacerta Files. It is 11 minutes after the hour. Hit the search button, Bill. Lacerta File interview with a reptilian. Oh, excuse me. I need coffee. We have IMDb, that's the movie. Spotify, it looks like a podcast. The Seventh Experiment podcast. Scrib-D. This document discusses Lacerta files and PDF files. Really? Why don't we go to the source? Download now. As a PDF or text? Let's do PDF. Continue with Google. Please. Sign in. Okay, continue. So much easier just to say Google and set up a new account. Upload 5 documents to download. I think I did. I think I have downloaded stuff to Scrib-D, but I'm not going to look up my passwords now because I would have to look at them on your screen, and I'm not going to do that. So we need another source. That looks like a video. Twitter Lacerta files. Lacerta interview. Majestic Wikia. Facebook has its own Lacerta files page. Or Lacerta files has its own page on Facebook. One of those. Evidently, it's an interview with a female reptilian. Can't we look at the original? Maybe we'll find a link somewhere. Medium.com. I'm not sure if we can access Medium or not, but I like the name. Looks like yes. And this article is entitled The Lacerta Files Transcript, a highly controversial document. By Hussein Arazamande. Hassa Hussein Arazamande. Supposedly a 3-minute read. We'll see. The Lacerta Files transcript is a highly controversial document that claims to be an interview with a female reptilian named Lacerta. According to the transcript, Lacerta is a member of a race of reptilian beings. They have been on Earth for thousands of years. She claims her species is highly advanced and has shaped human history in various ways. The transcript provides a detailed description of Lacerta's race's biology, society, and history. She says her species is highly evolved and has lived on Earth long before humans. She describes them as cold-blooded, a highly intelligent species with the ability to manipulate DNA, and advanced technology beyond human comprehension. Lacerta claims that her species has been involved in shaping human history. And influencing the evolution of humanity. She alleges that her race has created various religions throughout history to control and manipulate humans. Michael Hood says he hangs around reptilians. She also claims they have genetically modified humans, creating different races and ethnic groups to serve their own purposes. According to the transcript, Lacerta's race has no interest in ruling over humans. Why did they modify them then? Or being involved in human politics? Then why did they influence our history? She claims they operate independently of human governments and do not seek to control or enslave humans. She further asserts that the notion of reptilian beings secretly ruling over the world is completely fabricated and has no basis in reality. I don't understand. Why does she say Lacerta claims they shaped history, they created religions, they manipulated humans, and then they say the exact opposite in the next paragraph? I'm going to assume the second paragraph is more accurate. Maybe the first paragraph is supposed to say that normally people claim her species has been involved in shaping human history. Maybe that's the case. However, Lacerta acknowledges that her species has been the subject of various conspiracy theories. She attributes this to humans' fear and distrust of her species, due to their appearance and alleged involvement in human history. She also claims that humans have projected their negative traits onto her race, such as greed and aggression, and have used them as a scapegoat for their problems. Proponents of the Lacerta Files transcript argue that the document contains information consistent with other alleged encounters with reptilians. They also point out that the transcript includes detailed descriptions of Lacerta's race's biology and society, which would be difficult to fabricate without extensive knowledge of biology and anthropology. The debate over the authenticity of the transcript is likely to be resolved soon. Ultimately, it is up to each individual to decide. And evidently, it's covered completely in this video we cannot play. Why can't we find, why is there not a link to the original transcript? Any responses? Snow Owl says, Lacerta claims they created religion to control, then claims the race does not wish to control. Yeah, I just covered that. Anthony says, now, first question on this reptilian being having existed on Earth for millions of years is this, and it's the same question to be asked of underground military bases. This looks like a debunky question. We don't do debunky here on Night Terrors. And Cliff Lapp says, I really appreciate this. It's the first time I've heard of channeling any reptilians. Oh, she channels the reptilian. Is that right? We got to see the transcript. Come on, it must be somewhere. Let's put transcript in there. Transcript. Download. If you put a plus on download in Google, it will require that as in the response. Result, rather. Let's do that. No results found for download. Oh, without quotes. Okay. Green Tea has a link. Soylent.com. Thank you, Green Tea. Start the year with science-backed nutrition. It's got to be a private conversation. My apologies for intruding. WJ is having a problem with Michael Hood, which is a shame because he had some good suggestions. Oh, no problem. No problem, Green Tea. IMDb, transcript, interview with reptilian. Oh, maybe that's the order transcripts from my university. Show result with transcript. PDF, on which we can't get. We have to upload 5 things. Maybe I could upload 5 things. I probably have 5 PDFs I can upload. Let's go to Scribd, see if we can really get it there. Dikamasi reminds us that Soylent Green is made of people. Elder says marketing fail. Michael Hood says you can't time me out. Sorry, Michael, we can. Maybe the NSA can't, but we can. Okay, so download now. Download free for 30 days. Please. How do you do that? Download free trial. Oh, that's if you pay. Let's upload our 5 documents. Any other document is okay. Upload. Let's get some PDFs. Select documents. Let's see if I can remember where these are. I think they're in the folder called Vitals. Why is this getting so big? And it used to be in here, but I changed a whole bunch of things around. Let's do this one first. TV ratings from Consumer Reports. And something about how to build a catapult. It's called a Xanton Ward and Carlisle catapult. And we'll open those. Already exists. Please upload something new. Title required. We got the title. We have no description. Submit. We got one of them in. Successful. Next. We're signing with Google here on Scribd. I got to notate that. Scribd is a Google sign-in. I got to put that on my list of sign-ins. Elder says file management with Bill. Select documents. And where'd I go with this other stuff? Oh, they're all in here, maybe. Do I have one in curling? That's a sport. Yes. Membership categories and rules of curling. Open. One and two. Submit. Submit. Okay, only 2 more. Where's that folder? Did I X out of that folder? I did. What a maroon. Quick access. Is it there? No, of course not. Useless Microsoft Quick Access. Back to Vitals. And Empire here. Okay, what about, oh yeah. TV scripts by Rod Serling. Planet of the Apes TV series has one script. And the 3rd draft of the Planet of the Apes by Rod Serling, both by Serling. I doubt they have these. Enter. Oh wait, we have to search for it first. Back to Serling. And they don't have either one of those either. Big surprise. Serling Rod. By Serling Rod. Submit. And by Rod Serling, submit. When it loads. And it must be a big one. Movie script. Kangagong says, it's crazy to me that the Golden Globes are going down just like the apocalypse. I was flipping channels earlier. All those clean, pretty dresses and coiffed hair. Their neighbors are covered in soot. Oh, the Golden Globes are going on just down the road from the apocalypse, the fires. Thank you, Kinga. Michael Hood with a good suggestion. Paranormal techniques on quantum parapsychology. Michael, we got a lot of suggestions from you. But that's a good thing. If we don't get to them this week, we will next. We save our suggestions here. Elder says phooey on the Hollywood elite. Seconded by Dinkum Aussie. Dinkum adds, I haven't earned your download yet. Nonsense. Where's my uploads? What do you mean I haven't earned my download? I have 6 uploads. Now let's go to here. Where do I download? Let's go back, I guess. Lacerta files. Download now. We're going to get the PDF, we think. Since it so far only exists in movie form. Yes. Download document where? Let's put it in the Gotcha Man file. It's not going to ask us, probably. I'm not a robot. Okay, we have it. Let's show it. It's just in downloads. That's okay. I thought it was going to ask me where to put it. I'm not a robot. Documents tried to connect to. I remember it. I mean, you should remember it. No active offer available. So that isn't there. What about text? We can't get back to the original place? Oh, wait, it's here somewhere. How about where's the text? Go back one. Go forward one. How do we change the text? They said it was in both forms. Uploaded by this person. As PDF or text. Oh, select here. Text. We already did this. Refresh. Come on, ScribD. Where's our login? We're there. That's us. Download now, text. It says upload 5 to download for free. Evidently, we're not getting that either. Upload now. We already uploaded. Those fucking bastards. Excuse my language. Elder thinks the website is a scam. Select documents to upload. Let's sign up. That's probably what's... No, that's not the sign up. We don't want the sign up. We did the download. It should be under us. Saved, your account, public profile, document uploads. 6. Go back. Go back. Go back. Download now. No, not that one. Yeah, I agree with Elder. It's about time to stop this experiment. I would suppose the text version is available from the same place. So I'm going to try one more time. Check your document uploads. I have 6. Go back 1, not 2. Download now text. Son of a gun. Yeah, they got something wrong with our website. And I assume, where's the Google search? Here? No. Here? Yes. Spotify. Looks like they're charging for it there. Download transcripts. Missing Lacerta. Episode transcripts. Okay. Transcript. Not yet available. Thanks for false advertising. WJ suggests, didn't the Y-Files video have this document link? Let's try it. Y-Files. Last attempt, I promise. You'd think it would show the Y-Files here. Doesn't say who that one is from. Why don't we just go to YouTube and find out? YouTube. I'm going to have to mute the desktop for a second. How do I mute desktop? Right here. Okay, desktop is muted. Go to YouTube. I'm pretty sure I have autoplay disabled, but if I don't, okay. Now when I click on this, it better not play. Good. And there she is. More here. Not seeing the link. In fact, the only link here is to a commercial offering. They got some tags. They got a podcast. Oh, sources and links. Does not list Lacerta. But this link down here, which is the only other link in the description, besides merch and Discord and thank yous and official website and Y-Files and Rumble and more Y-Files and more channels to watch. The other link is right here. And hopefully here it is, Lacerta File 1. I think we got it. Introduction. I certify that the following text is the absolute truth and no work of fiction. These are parts of a transcript of an interview I've made with a non-human and reptilian being in December 1999. Okay, let's skip the introduction. Transcript shortened version. First of all, who are you and what are you? Are you an ET species or can your origin be found on this planet? As you can see with your own eyes, is the answer. I'm not a human being like you. And to be honest, I'm no real mammal, despite my partly mammal-like body features, which are a result of evolution. I am a female reptile being, belonging to a very old reptilian race. We are native to the Earth, and we have lived on that planet for millions of years. Gotcha, man, found the PDF. Nice. Let's open that up. WJ says bingo and jackpot. Nice job. Gotcha, man. Same introduction. Let's stick with the PDF. It looks like this is not the shortened version. And can we look a page down here? Yes. We are native Earth beings, and we have lived on this planet for millions of years. We are mentioned in your religious writings, like your Christian Bible. And many of the ancient human tribes were aware of our presence and worshipped as gods. For example, the Egyptians, and the Inca, and many other old tribes. Your Christian religion has misunderstood our role in your creation, so we are mentioned as evil serpent in your writings. This is wrong. Your race was genetically engineered by aliens, and we were just the more or less passive visitors of this accelerated evolution process. You must know, some of your scientists have already supposed this, that your species had evolved in a naturally completely impossible speed within just 2 to 3 millions of years. That this is absolutely impossible because evolution is a much slower process if it's natural. Your creation was artificial and done by genetic engineering, but not by us, by an alien species. If you ask me, if I were an extraterrestrial, I must answer no, we are native Terrans. We had and have some colonies in the solar system, but we originate on this planet. It's a fact that it's our planet and not yours. It never was yours. I like Lacerta. Can you tell me your name? This is difficult, because your human tongue is not able to pronounce it correctly. Our language is very different from yours. I will try to say it smoother by use of your human letters. It looks like Shiashak Kaskasha. Shiashak Kaskasha. With a very, very strong pronunciation of the SH and K. And there's a lot of SHs in there. We have no forenames like you, but only a single but unique name, which is divided and characterized by a way of speaking which is given not to children who have their own child names, but only in a special procedure in the adolescent age at the time of either religious or scientific enlightenment, or awareness, as you would call it. I would appreciate it if you don't try to say my real name with your human tongue. Please call me Lacerta. This is the name I generally use when I'm among humans and talk with them. How old are you? We measured the time not like you in astronomical years and revolutions of the Earth around the sun, because usually we live beneath the surface of the planet. Our time measurement depends on periodically returning cycles in the Earth's magnetic field. And according to this, and said with your numbers, I am over 57,000 cycles old. I have reached my adult phase in my awareness only 16,000 cycles ago. According to your human time scale, I'm around 28 years old. So what do they have, like a bazillion cycles for a year? I don't think Lacerta thought that out too well. What is your task? Do you have a job like us? I am a curios student of the social behavior of your species, or a curious student. Probably a curious student. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm talking to you. And that's why I have revealed my real nature to EF, and now to you. And that's why I give you all that secret information. and why I will try to answer all the questions on your many sheets of paper honestly. So they submitted a paper questionnaire? And she typed this all out on her Olympia. I will see how you react, along with others of your kind. There are so many crazies and liars of your kind on this planet who claim to know the truth. I'm interested to see how your species will react if I make the truth public. I'm quite sure some will refuse to believe my words, but I hope I'm wrong. Because you need to understand. You want to survive the coming years. I've never read your full statement about this, but can you give me a short answer? Are UFOs real? Answer. Some UFOs belong to us, but most not. Most of them are not technological devices, but mainly misinterpretations of natural phenomena. Nevertheless, some UFOs are real craft belonging either to your own species, especially the military, or to other alien species, or lastly to us, which she said was the majority, right? Right? No, most do not belong to them, so they're the minority. If you read a report about a sighting of a metallic, bright gray cigar-shaped cylindrical object, let me say between 20 and 260 of your meters in length, and if this object made a very deep humming sound, and if there were 5 bright red lights on the metallic surface of the cigar, 1 on the top, 1 in the middle, and 2 at the end, that's 4. Lacerta, they may be that there may be many cycles. They may be many cycles old. But when they're kids, they don't have a very good arithmetic teacher. Then it's likely that some one of you have seen our ships. And this means that it was either partly defective or that someone of us was not careful enough. We also have a very small fleet of disc-shaped craft, but such belong usually to alien species. Triangular UFOs belong generally to your own military, but they use foreign technology to build them. I think she means alien. If you really want to if you really want to see one of our craft, have a look over the skies of the Arctic, the Antarctic, and over Inner Asia, especially over the mountains there. Have you a special symbol or something like that with which we can identify your kind? We have 2 major symbols representing our species. Talk about a leading question. The more ancient symbol is a blue serpent with 4 white rings, or 4 white wings, rather, on a black background. The other symbol is a mystic being you would call a dragon, in the shape of a circle with 7 white stars in the middle. The 7 stars in the second symbol you've mentioned, do they mean the Pleiades? Answer, no. Actually, the 7 stars are planets and moons. They are a symbol for our former 7 colonies in the solar system. As you have not allowed me to make photos, can you describe yourself in detail? You must understand that I can't give you permission to make photos of me or my equipment. One of the reasons is to keep up the secrecy of our existence. Then why does she want to spread the word? Yeah, some serious contradictions here. But besides the failures in arithmetic. You have permission to make drawings of my look and of my equipment. So that's the look right there, I guess. That's the drawing he made. Can we get a close-up of that? How do you do that? There must be a way here, isn't it? Where's the zoom? There's the zoom, right? Yeah. No. Plus. It's going to be a little blocky because of the pixelization. Oh, what did we do? What did we do? No, I'm not a robot. Why does it go to someplace else? No, get away. So can we just go left cursor? Can we click on page and go left cursor? Can we drag and go left cursor? Yes. Not now. Not now doesn't work on annoying messages from Google Drive. I don't need storage. I manage my storage. What happened? I'm not a robot. That seemed to work before. No, not the random chick. Not now. I'm just going to leave it. Not going to touch it. That's evidently what he drew. And I hate to be misogynistic, but man, what an ugly chick. I thought she had humanoid type features. Apart from 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. I'm thinking not. Elder says, Google's given Bill a problem. Elder also says, the secrecy, which he's now breaking extensively. Right, they made a movie about it. Okay, since we're doing so successfully with this, let's go back to, is that normal? Reset zoom. And she describes her description of her own body, I guess. Imagine the body of a normal human woman. Like you, I have a head, 2 arms, 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 feet. And the proportions of my body are like yours. That picture wasn't. As I'm female, I also have... I'm not going to go into detail on this. Blah, blah, blah. She can have babies. But she's not a real mammal. But our breasts are not very large as those of human women. Evidently. That isn't evidence. My skin is mostly a green-beige color, more pale green. And we have some patterns of brown irregular dots on our skin and in our face. You can see them, in my case, as 2 lines over the eyebrows crossing my forehead. Line of dots, I think she means. My eyes are a little bit larger than human eyes. For this reason, we can see better in the darkness. And usually dominated from large black pupils, which are surrounded from a small, bright green iris. Boy, it gets into detail here. We have external round ears, but they are smaller and not so curved as yours. But we can hear better because our ears are more sensitive. We can also hear a wider range of sound. There's a lid over our ears which can completely close. For example, underwater. Our nose is more pointed, and there is a V-shaped curving between the nostrils. That I do not want to picture in my head. which enabled our ancestors to see temperature. But we have lost this ability, although we can still feel temperature much better with this organ. Our lips are shaped like yours, those of females a bit larger than those of males. We have different hair colors like you. Usually a greenish brown. Our hair is thicker and stronger than yours, and it grows slower. In addition, our head is the only part of our body where we have hair. That I also didn't need in my head. Okay, guys, before I let you go, thanks for the newcomers. Come back, Mr. Hood. Your suggestions are coming up next week. Guaranteed. And I know you'll behave next time. Coming up this Wednesday, only on Twitch, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. A really freaky flick, followed by Bell Book and Candle. A true cult classic. Until then, may God bless and protect you all.